All right, here we got Klayton from Celldweller here in New York City, Webster Hall.
I'm glad to be back. This is my home.
So what brings you to New York? Is this like a tour going on?
Well, really, I'm concentrating on being in the studio. I'm so excited about having Wish Upon a Black Star finally done and into your hands, whoever's hands wants to buy it or you know, whatever they want to do with it. I'm really just excited about making new music. So I'm taking some spot dates. So right here, this is a short run of like Boston and New York. I've got some dates in about 2 or 3 weeks, but really I'm trying to keep my schedule as guarded as possible because I just want to make more music.
Your album just came out, Wish Upon a Black Star.
Yeah. I worked on it for a long time.
I know, what, like 3 years or something?
No, 7.
What?
7 years.
Damn.
Wrote my first demos in 2005. I mean, I've done other albums in between. I've done a fair amount of touring, which I also played Triton Fest, 2 years ago. But actually wrapping up the album, getting it manufactured, photo shoots, all the rest of that stuff, and now it just finally came out a few weeks ago. So it's the most amazing thing to have that off my back. Since then, since I've released the album, I've already released 2 other singles, and I'm releasing a brand new album called Soundtrack to the Voices in My Head Volume 2, and it drops on Tuesday, which is in 5 days from now.
So the new album, I saw you actually release like 2 songs at a time in a few different chapters.
I think the model of music has not only been changing, but it has changed permanently, and no one really knows what it is. I was like, I will release 2 songs at a time and release them in chapters like that, so people will have a taste of what's coming. And then at some point I kind of stopped that process, finished the rest of the album, and then put the whole thing out as a whole. But what I also did is, instead of just releasing 2 songs, I also included the 2 instrumentals of those tracks. We got demos of each of the 2 tracks, probably about 30 minutes of demos each. So you heard from probably the first idea all the way through the process of me writing that song up until the final actual tracks. And then I also did an audio commentary over the top of all of those demos. I've been a pretty busy boy.
What's going on with the music videos?
Some of them are halfway in production, and there's a few that are about to be shot.
When we saw you guys playing at Triton Festival, you had like those sick light-up instruments. It looked like they were one of a kind.
It's a total custom deal. I just had that idea, and I went to the guy who had done a bunch of building work in my studio. I had an endorsement from a company that made the technology, and I said, how do we take this and put this on the drums and put this on the keyboards? Everything's lit up, just kind of a total slick, futuristic kind of like vibe. That's kind of where, that's where I'm at.
Holding on to my hands and mind bleeding. This is my birthright. I'm so sick of feeling.
I saw your music is in like a ton of major blockbuster films.
Well, I was fortunate enough that my management at the time also repped artists to film and television. That's what they did, and I was really the first artist they had dealt with. So I was kind of the guinea pig. But over the duration of time, the film and television world embraced my sound because kind of what I'm hearing in my head works for those kinds of visuals. Kind of really fits for like superhero movies. I mean, I've been in Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, John Carter, Speed Racer, Superman. I mean, the list goes on.
You've been incorporating more dubstep elements into like your live performances, reworking old songs, as well as in your newer tracks. And I've seen there's been kind of a mixed reaction online for that.
Fan reaction has been mixed, like you just said. My take on it is I don't care. I just do whatever I want to do, and I always have. And the people that complain about it, I mean, I think that maybe they just are trying to hold on to a dream of me just making the same exact sound for my entire career, and that's simply not going to happen. I will in no way, shape, or form continue to just be dubstep. I'm not dubstep right now. My sounds will always change. I'm schizophrenic musically. I can't do one thing. I do everything from ambient to EBM to IDM to straight up rock to orchestral music.